Good morning. It is 7:05. Settled in at the church for the morning, getting things ready. So this week's a little unique. We're doing 2 new songs, and I am unprepared for both of them. Not really. I mean, I know them, but man, it's just been one of those weeks, and I have not had a chance to work on them as much as possible, as much as I like to normally. So that's why I tried to get here a little early again this morning, and that way I have about 30 minutes just to run through these songs. So we're doing It's Already Won, BJ Putnam, and the other one, Victory, I think, William Murphy. I can edit this if that's incorrect, but I think those are the 2 songs, the new ones we're doing this morning. I came up a little bit last night and got some time in and got some warm up in and just kind of was able to stretch out over the songs. So I'll show you a little bit of that. A couple cool things. The Samson giveaway winner was selected, and I'll be making a separate video for that. I'll link it when I post it, but check that out. That was selected last night. Had another live lesson yesterday, went really good. You know, people had some good feedback, so if you still want to purchase that, the link's below. Obviously it's not live anymore, but it's still an hour of material from fills and everything. And I've got a merch store. Yeah, I'm probably gonna talk about that a little bit more later. I talked about it in another video, but it's kind of weird, but I got merch. It's kind of generic drum merch, so even if you're like, I don't want to rep Daniel Bernard, it's just got like drums on it, like a snare drum or whatever. So I want it to be something that drummers would dig, you know, even if you're not super keen on repping a YouTube channel. If you like drums, it's just got some generic, some drum hats. I've got hats, I've got shirts, I've got hoodies, beanies, a bunch of stuff, so check that out. You know, I'm gonna link it in the description. But yeah. Let's get rolling this morning at Royalwood Church. What's up, in between services? My man Drew here, and wanted to take a second and talk about drummers, your most important relationship, and that's with the bass player. So I have a clip of Victor's Crown I'm going to show you, and that's a great example. But as a drummer, you should be constantly listening to the bass player, their patterns, and basically kick and bass should be locked in. Verse, chorus patterns, listen to the bass player when they're doing runs, catch that kind of stuff. So Drew, when you're playing, what do you think about the drummer, like when you're planning stuff?
Yeah, definitely listen. There's so many things the one thing that comes to mind is just busyness. And if you're playing along in something like, it should be simple, but it's not, then what you could easily do to fix that is just lock in. Even if you have to like break it down and make something super simple. If you're doing the same thing, it's gonna clean up everything. It's gonna make something that sounds a little garbly, it'll make it sound like a record if you just lock it in together. So that's what I try to think about. And also it goes back and forth. If you're the bass player, like listen to the drummer and kind of feed off that, because sometimes there's set patterns, and then sometimes we all know in worship and things happen, things change. like atmospheres change, rhythms change, and just the intensity changes, and so you can't always plan everything ahead of time. So just always be listening and focused. He may change his pattern or whatever, and just catch that as soon as you can and just lock in. It's gonna make things so much better.
Yeah, a lot of times we'll feed off each other. Like if Drew will pick a different pattern for like say if we're doing a bridge again or we're going back into it. Well, I always want to try to leave some headroom. We have somewhere else to go dynamically. So he may just drive straight forward. I'm gonna drive with him. Also, a lot of people comment like, man, how are you guys so tight? The band is tight. And when you play with someone for a long time, you should be listening and know kind of what he's gonna do. Like I know if Drew may carry a line over the bar, I can feel it, and so I'm gonna carry it over with him. Stuff like that. Also, the choir song we sang this morning, Victory, is it William McDowell?
It's William Murphy.
William Murphy, Victory. So there's a lot of great bass stuff. Alive. Why am I saying Victory?
Because I don't know. It's the vamp.
That's the vamp, yeah. So Alive by William Murphy, the bass is doing a lot of great stuff. So a lot of times I'm pretty much like, there's times when I could play a lick between the choruses or whatever and I'll stay out because Drew's got this great little line. So just something to think about, drummers. If you're not paying attention to your bass player, you're doing yourself a huge disservice. Bass players, same things. Drums and bass are like the most important musical relationship because you are the foundation, you're the bottom end. And so if you guys are on different pages, everything's gonna be muddy. You cannot overcome that because you guys are owning that low end. So just food for thought.
Hey, another thing, make a relationship personal between you two. Because I mean, I've been in situations where I didn't really gel with them personally, and that makes a huge difference because you're not willing to really listen to them or take advice from them or take, you know, correction or whatever, or take input from them. So make a point to build personal relationships with them. That'll help your musical relationship just as well.
Yeah, because we go back and forth all the time. Like I'll play something and Drew will turn around and be like, I don't like that. But if we weren't friends, like, but I may get mad, or if I said something, he's like, what do you think? And I'm like, why don't we do this? Like there's tons of communication where we're bouncing ideas off each other, and if we didn't have a good relationship, that'd be so tough because if I was like, well, I'm gonna do this then, I don't care what you think, right? So
don't sacrifice the band for personal issues.
Yeah, that's huge. So I'm gonna play some clips that hopefully demonstrate kind of what I'm talking about. So see you next service.
Cool, see you guys.
My cameras are all dead. I was lazy, I didn't charge them, so I'm on my phone now. But thanks for watching. Appreciate you guys for hanging out with me today. All my new subscribers, thanks for subscribing. I got links to everything that I'm using in the description below, links to cameras and gear and microphones and all that stuff. Also, check out my merch store. I got t-shirts, beanies, hoodies, all kinds of great stuff. So that's also linked in the description below. Share this video if you think somebody would enjoy it. Give it a thumbs up, and we'll see you all in the next one.